Today we're going to do something that I've always wanted to try. Gaming on a massive OLED TV. When Samsung offered the opportunity to check out their brand new flagship OLED, the Samsung S95D, a 77-inch TV, it was kind of a dream come true. So a special thank you to them for sponsoring today's video and making this possible. But before we take a look at the TV, there's a few things we need to do first, which involves rearranging my entire gaming setup to fit it into my room. This thing's massive. The initial setup of the television is fairly straightforward. Inside of the box, you've got all of the accessories, including the stand, and this sort of magnetizes together to hold things in place where you can then screw it down. Makes it very simple to install. Yeah, so that easily just clicks into place, like basically magnetically, and then self-locks. So we now just got to basically put this bracket on. We can attach it to the TV, which should be fairly straightforward. But this TV was so massive that we did have to lie it down to get it out of the box because my ceiling just wasn't high enough. But once we got it out the box and onto the stand, we then went through the actual software setup. This was pretty standard stuff. You connected the TV to the internet, it did some updates, you signed into your Samsung accounts, and you could also fast track various areas of the setup process by using your phone and scanning QR codes. And in no time at all, the TV was now up and running, and we could access the Tizen OS on the TV and install various different apps. Next, let's talk about some of the key features when it comes to the display and picture quality. One thing I want to specifically focus on first is the OLED glare-free coating on the display. Now, this is quite a different approach when it comes to an OLED TV. Traditionally, they usually have quite a glossy front on them, whereas this Samsung TV is insanely bright, so it has the power and capabilities to go through that additional layer of OLED glare-free coating and still be powerful and bright with the overall viewing experience. Now, the OLED glare-free coating, I don't think penalizes the overall visual quality at all. It looks great. If anything, it's better because you can actually see what's happening on the display. Usually with the OLED TVs, when the sun's coming through, you can't really see anything. You have to be like bang on in the middle and it can be glaring a lot. This, I have literally got a photography light in front of me. This would normally be showing up on the TV behind me if I was filming on one that doesn't have this coating on. It doesn't on here. It looks insane. It disperses the light beautifully, and you actually see this when you take off the protective film. When you're unboxing it, it looks all glossy and shiny like a normal OLED does. Then you peel that away and you actually see how it diffuses the light across the panel so you don't have these hot spots of glare on there. It's insanely good. So this TV uses Samsung's One Connect box, which is essentially a master connection box for all of your different devices. There's also this extension cable included in the box if you were to wall mount this television. The main advantages of the One Connect box is the fact that it removes all of the connections out of the telly to keep it as thin as possible, which is great if you are going to wall mount it because you can have this thing pretty much flush against the wall and it looks very clean. When you then combine this with the thin bezels on the display, it overall looks very minimalistic and modern. In terms of connectivity, there's a large range of different ports from USBs to LAN cables, but the ones you probably care the most about are the HDMIs. There are 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, great for high refresh rate gaming at up to 4K 144Hz, and also support for eARC if you want to connect any external speakers. So you can connect external speakers to this if you want to take it to the next level. But me personally, I don't think you potentially may need external speakers because of how massive the internal speakers are on the television. Now, these internal speakers are very intelligent and have object tracking sound. So there's 4 2.2 channel speakers in the back of the telly, and depending on the position of the objects on the screen, it will simulate a form of object tracking to create a more immersive experience. This is very impressive, especially for internal speakers on a TV. Now, this isn't the only advanced feature that the telly is capable of doing. It can do a lot, and that's because of the new processor, the NQ4 AI Gen2. This is up to 4 times faster on the MPU, which results in a 2.5 times increase on the neural networks. And Samsung's leveraged a variety of different AI tools, both from the sound tracking, also image upscaling, and also AI sound optimization for your room and content. Using the AI combined with the 20 neural networks, in real time, your TV can optimize the sound of whatever you're watching, and it will automatically tweak and tailor it to your space, improving clarity of voices over background noises, and adapts the sound to match the content type that you're watching. Now, like on pretty much any TV, you can tweak the picture settings within the Smart Hub and also the settings menu. This is great because you can really tweak and tailor it depending on the type of media and format that you're watching, whether that be sports, gaming, movies, just casual daytime TV. This TV is also intelligent and it knows which types of sources are booted up. So if there's any particular apps that you want want specific settings for because you think it looks a little bit better with that type of picture mode for that type of app, you can do that. And then when you boot into a different movie streaming app or online video streaming service, you can tweak those settings there too, as well as have individual settings for each of the HDMI sources. Thanks to the AI integration, there is also 4K upscaling, so it can take standard resolution content and boost and restore elements of it from way better visual clarity. This is definitely useful and noticeable on the massive 77-inch display. It can boost up that lower res content so it still looks sharp. Because it's so big, obviously you notice the difference between HD and 4K much more dramatically. Next, let's talk about gaming. Because this is a HDMI 2.1 TV, for next generation consoles, you can access 4K 120 gaming for the ultimate next gen console experience. But it does go to the next level if you are going to connect this to a PC. The Samsung S95D is a 144Hz panel with VRR support, ALM, and also AMD Freesync. This then combined with the HDR support at 10-bit color, you are guaranteed one of the best gaming experiences on this mega display. On the Tizen OS, there is a dedicated Samsung gaming hub where you can access various different gaming features natively on the TV, tweak and customize different profiles. And as previously mentioned, because this is an intelligent device, it will automatically boot into game mode straight away when it detects your Xbox Series X, for example. I went ahead and tried a huge range of different games, both from Halo Infinite to racing games such as Need for Speed Unbound and also Grounded, which is an action-adventure game. All of these looked amazing on this TV. The colors of the OLED panel with the infinite contrast ratio and also the HDR really showcases the dynamic range from the shadows to the highlights and how much extra detail you get from gaming within HDR. Input lag and response times are fantastic thanks to the motion Xcelerator 144Hz, leveraging the power of that NQ4 AI Gen2 processor. I felt very competitive, especially in those FPS games. And then mixing in all the things such as AMD Freesync Premium Pro, ALM, variable refresh rate support, and also Game Motion Plus. It had pretty much everything I could want from my gaming TV. In addition to this, there are some more advanced settings such as mini-map zoom, which I didn't exactly need on a 77-inch display. It was already big enough. And also light sync, so you can connect additional lighting to your setup and sync all of that with what's happening on screen. Very fun for single-player games. Now, all these features are great for more hardcore gamers, but if you are very casual and not too bothered about even owning an Xbox console, thankfully, there is support for Xbox Cloud Gaming natively on the TV via its very own app. This is something that Xbox recently introduced onto smart televisions, was actually an application on there for you to access Xbox games that you stream via the internet. So you don't technically even need an Xbox console in your living room or home. You can just stream the games on the cloud and play all of the cloud gaming stuff. Now, if you do live in an area with gigabit internet, which I assume we'll have, which is getting installed as we speak, you will be able to leverage this feature beyond belief. I've tried Xbox Cloud Gaming on a variety of different network types, like slow, medium, and crazy fast, and it really is kind of the future of gaming when it comes to that casual player, someone who may particularly maybe purchase them like an Xbox Series S traditionally. If the internet is good enough for them, this definitely facilitates that. Someone in their living room just wants to boot up and play some single-player games. A kind of futuristic experience. You just connect your controller to the TV and you play it that way via the app and stream it all via the internet. Keeps your setup nice and clean. Great for that casual gamer who doesn't want physical hardware console cluttering up their living room. The state-of-the-art features in the Samsung S95D has truly taken my gaming setup to the next level. The OLED HDR Pro boosts the brightness of the display whilst retaining richer contrasts and beautiful color reproduction. And useful features such as multi-view allow me to play games and watch TV simultaneously. Because this TV is so huge, both the tiles are very easy to see. And the OLED glare-free provides a distraction-free viewing experience, so I can enjoy the benefits of an OLED panel with the infinite contrast ratio and the deep blacks. If you want to learn more about the 2024 S95D OLED 4K HDR Smart TV from Samsung, you can check out the links down below in the video description. This particular model is available in 3 different sizes, 55-inch, 65-inch, and the massive flagship 77-inch, which you have seen in today's video. But as always, I've been Ben Rowlands. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.